So, lads, today I'm going to talk about something, and yes, I am supporting the Fever. I'm wearing a Valkyries jersey for a different video on a different channel. I was using Tijan Salone in a gameplay, and I have a Janelle Salone jersey, so I decided to do that. Yes, I'm up for the Fever. You will not see me wearing a Valkyries jersey when this game happens. But we got to talk about one of the worst takes that we're hearing on social media. And by the way, like, there's some logic to it, but the conclusion they come to is like so wrong. So the logic is that Caitlin Clark deserves to have people kind of go at her because she's a trash talker. Okay, if that is the logic. But the media are now saying Caitlin Clark brings everything on herself. And by the way, Caitlin Clark, if you want to say Jacy Sheldon getting in her face, and like everything until the eye gouge. Nobody brings eye gouges on themselves. This is the same as, she brings it on herself with the push-off. Just call the hand check and the push-off doesn't happen. Like, do we not understand the sport of basketball? It's like when you watch Luka play Lou Dort in the Western Conference semifinals last year. Lou Dort is literally manhandling Luka. So Luka's shoving Lou Dort off. And then everyone's like, Luka is pushing off. And it's like, yeah, of course he is. Lou Dort's playing rugby out there. Like, Caitlin Clark has been hit with a lot of things, with like multiple shots that would be disqualifications in MMA. But, yeah, it's something that I just think is really, really annoying. I think it's really, really annoying to hear. And it's from people being like, Caitlin's a trash talker. It's the Gino Auriemma stuff all over again. Being like, Caitlin brings it on herself. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean this when I say this. Like, Larry Bird brought some hard fouls on himself. There's a difference between a hard foul and another team playing pinball with you. There's a difference between a hard foul than an eye gouge into a belly bump, and while you're trying to regain your composure from the belly bump, getting knocked on your ass from behind. That's not brought in anyone. And by the way, like, we had an investigation because Caitlin Clark flagrantly fouled someone who had taunted her in the past. Who had not only taunted her, but jumped up and celebrated her getting flagrantly fouled. Caitlin Clark flagrantly fouled that person and it spawned a damn investigation. But Caitlin Clark pushes off because she gets hand-checked a lot. So she pushes off a lot. And apparently, she trash talks Jacy Sheldon, so that's grounds for Marina Mabrey to hip check her, to blindside her. Like, that is the dumbest logic I've ever seen. By that logic, I mean this. Like, that's literally like saying, Caitlin Clark one time yelled, "Ball don't lie," so they met up after the game, they beat the crap out of her. Like, it's not actually that far off that. Like, look, I'm not going to go and say, like, she got assaulted. But if Marina Mabrey did what Caitlin did to Caitlin Clark on the street, blindside someone, just shoved them, it is considered assault. I'm not going to say that because it's very different in sports. It's not like what I would say you could say with assault is like someone beating the crap out of somebody. But like, it is the next step below that. The only step above what Marina Mabrey did was had she swung at her. And by the way, even swinging at her might be less dangerous than what she did. At the same time, going for someone's knee is more dangerous than anything. And Jacy Sheldon didn't even get called for a foul. Didn't even get called for a foul when Jacy Sheldon went through Sid Colson's knee and nearly took her out. But it took her out for a game anyway. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous now. Because it's like, does Caitlin talk trash? Yes. Do you want to know what that should lead to? Is Jacy Sheldon and Caitlin Clark clapping back at each other. Marina Mabrey hitting a shot and shit-talking Caitlin Clark. That is what trash talk should lead to. You should not, like if you get flagrantly fouled because you're a trash talker, and people were like, with Larry Bird was a trash talker, and we saw Dr. J, what he did to Larry Bird, and I'm like, dude, that was wrong 40 years ago, and it's wrong today. Like, we're literally looking at things that were wrong 40 years ago. They're like, the Jordan rules, what the Bad Boy Pistons did. That was wrong 40 years ago. And they're like, being like, she's getting attacked like she's Jordan. And I'm like, they're like, she's bringing it on herself. I'm not joking when I say this. Like, you've got, what you call it? You've got Stephen A. Smith. You've got all these other people that are talking about her as if like she brings it all on herself. And by the way, like there is a level of resentment that she brings like upon herself. There is a level of like trash talk that she should get. I'm under no illusions that Caitlin Clark is some angel. Like I'm under absolutely no illusion that Caitlin Clark is an angel. But like what I mean, like what I'm gonna say with that, because I've got no illusion that Caitlin Clark is an angel, we did in fact release the Demon Caitlin merch. We do in fact have t-shirts and hoodies with the Demon CC. The Demon CC. And not only that, if you guys are tricked or do think that there's an angel and a demon to CC, we have an angel on the front, a demon on the back. But like at the end of the day, like Caitlin Clark was the biggest trash talker in college basketball. And there's a difference between backing it up. Like we saw in Unrivaled, like Angel Reese was literally the biggest trash talker in Unrivaled. And Nafisa Collier went out of her way to to trash talk Angel after they beat them. That's fine. But I'm sorry, Nafisa Collier didn't deck Angel Reese or blindside her from behind because she trash talked. No. Why is that acceptable when it's Caitlin Clark? When it comes to the media, I'm sorry, where they're like it's a player brings it on themselves. Like, I'm sorry, what are we taught? What are we doing? And by the way, I don't think Jacy Sheldon brought it on herself to get hit that hard. But like Sophie Cunningham, it game escalated to that. And look, if Jacy Sheldon got in Caitlin Clark's face, nothing was to be said about that. When they got into it in the first half, nothing was said. But like, I'm sorry, Caitlin Clark did not bring an eye gouge on herself. And the media is trying to tell you that Caitlin deserves it. They're trying to make you think that Caitlin deserves it. Not only that, like, they're trying to make you think because, yeah, Caitlin does deserve people clapping back and trash talking her, that's sports. Because she probably does deserve that. They're trying to make it seem like she deserves everything. When, let's be real, she got eye gouged and blindsided. Two ejecting fouls, and the referee said, nah, we good. Nah, they're good. Marina Mabrey's dancing on the sideline, celebrating that she didn't get ejected. But the WNBA, the legacy media are going to try to tell you that because she's a trash talker, she brings it all on herself. She flops, she brings it all on herself. I'm sorry. Like, it's like saying, I don't know, LeBron James flops a little bit. So what Isaiah Steward did to LeBron James, LeBron brought it on himself. LeBron did, in fairness, like he definitely did catch Isaiah Stewart. So Isaiah Stewart chasing the man out of the gym. Like LeBron brought that on himself. No, there's an extreme reaction to a very minor thing. Like, I'm sorry, just because someone does something that you deem wrong does not mean the most extreme course of action is justified. Like, I'm sorry, by that logic, because Angel Reese did this to Caitlin Clark would have been justified in Kennedy Cartering Angel Reese. And yes, Caitlin Clark flagrantly fouled her 5 games later, but she didn't Kennedy Carter her. She didn't Marina Mabrey her. Like, it was a take foul that had a little bit extra in it. And it was a little bit extra because she had got Natasha Howard. Angel Reese didn't deserve to get put on her ass in that. That was a flagrantly call. It was a flagrant foul. The refs called it right. Wasn't a dangerous play. A hard foul. Flagrant one. Good call. We move on. But Caitlin Clark got fouled twice in 2 disqualifying fouls. 2 dirty plays. And like when you've got NBA people being like, Jacy Sheldon is so far away from the ball that it's impossible to rule out that she intentionally did it. And also the fact that immediately after eye gouging Caitlin Clark, she belly bumped her. Like, it looks like it was intentional. And I mean that. It looked like the Jacy Sheldon was intentional, especially when you know the history of these 2 players. Because, again, she is so far away from the ball. Like, she wasn't even near where the ball was at any stage. She's dribbling the ball with her left hand, and it's like down low and caught her in the eye. And jumped forward and Captain Insane out her. Like, people are trying to pretend that Caitlin Clark deserved eye gouges and being knocked on the ground. I'm sorry. And then you've got other people saying Caitlin should have been ejected. Why? Because, I'm not joking when I say this, Caitlin Clark got eye gouged, then belly bumped, and she didn't just stand there and take it like a good, like CC would have done last year. She didn't stand there and take it. If I was Caitlin Clark, what she should have done was flopped on the belly bump. All the refs are saying is that Caitlin cannot stand up for herself without being teed up. Not even stand up for herself. Caitlin can't even try to get away from a situation without being called for a technical foul. Can't even get away from a situation. And apparently they were saying, Caitlin Clark caused the situation because she was like kind of a bit physical. I'm like, these people are dumbasses. Okay, yeah, because Caitlin Clark armbarred, she deserves to get eye gouged. These people are in the media. They are dumbasses.